All right, look, we just gonna get straight into it. I am so sick and tired of people on the internet who love to lie. But let's get into the reason I'm even making this. Shout out Saya Speaks, first of all. That's the reason I even got this channel going on right now, bro. Because I got stuff I want to get off my chest. But anyway, the internet loves lying way too much. I saw what was going on with Corey Kenshin. I saw that he had some sexual abuse allegations. Those are serious. And first of all, there's a whole lot going on with that because old girl even said she's not trying to accuse him of sexual assault. But we gonna push that to the side for a second. Corey got some allegations on him that were quite serious. I read through the information because I got a ping on Discord. I don't use Twitter anymore. I'm gonna get into that too. I don't use Twitter anymore. But I got a ping on Discord going like, hey, it seems like Corey got some crazy allegations going on against him right now. And I'm like, oh, shoot, let me read this. So I literally pull out my phone. I click on the link. I read through it, right? I'm reading it going like, And then I'm like, wait a second. There's some more info coming. Hold on. Let me watch this video. Let me watch this video. Let me read this. She lying, apparently. Like, hey, take everything with a grain of salt. Everything can be faked. Everyone can lie nowadays, you know? I'm just saying. Corey hasn't said anything. He may just stay silent on it. But anybody can lie nowadays. But so far, it seems like she was lying about what was going on with Corey. And, you know, I don't know the whole situation. I can't jump to any conclusions. Well, I know everything that I could read, but like, I don't know them personally. I don't know either of them personally. I'm gonna push that to the side because that was really just the catalyst for the actual topic. People on the internet in general love to lie about everything, and y'all be ruining it for people who actually do go through things. Y'all actually ruin so much because there are victims of sexual abuse out there. There are victims of this, that, and the other out there. There are just victims in general. And sadly, when you lie about something and paint yourself as a victim, you're put into that same pool of victimhood where people who are real victims are standing basically right next to the fakes, and the fakes being loud, probably a minority of them, but them being loud and then being disproven muddies the waters for everybody. Because now the victims gotta be like, well, there's another thing that I have to navigate that made my life literally terrible. There's another thing ruining it for me because someone else wants to get on the internet and just wants to lie for what seems to be attention. You know? Like, that happens too much on the internet. It just does. And it's so annoying because I feel like it has to do with like a level of course, again, this is not talking about the Corey Kenshin situation. This is not talking about the Corey Kenshin situation. This is just talking about the internet in general. Let me clarify that because people are going to be like, oh, so blah, 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 blah. You feel this type of way about this stuff. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Anyway. Parasocial relationships are a massive issue, and I feel like that's what fuels a lot of this, bro. Because, look, I don't know who needs to tell y'all. You don't know people on the internet. You don't know them. You don't. Unless you literally talk to them personally every single day. And even then, people can still hide their true selves. Like, you know, that can happen. But y'all act like you personally know people. And there's two sides of it. For people who are actual like abusers and actually have some really heavy things against them, there will be a crowd of people who sees them as some sort of deity that could do no wrong. Like, no wrong at all. And they'll put them on this pedestal and be like, oh, but he could never do anything wrong. Have you seen his videos? He's such a good person. He will never do anything wrong, Kachan. He'll never do anything wrong. And like, you don't know that person. They could actually be a terrible, terrible person behind the scenes, behind the cameras, because you don't know them. You only know what they put out on the internet. And hopefully, you know, hopefully most people are, you know, good people. But I feel like anyone can see and notice that the internet is inauthentic as hell nowadays, bro. Stop taking things at surface value, bro. People are at the epitome of fakeness right now. Like we have reached the peaks. We have reached the peaks for how fake people can be. And y'all would just sit here and believe anything about them. Like, I'm just saying, it's annoying how gullible people can be. But on the other side, there's also people who will see somebody. Let's actually pull Corey Kenshin back up. There's people who saw Corey, right? Saw the allegations. And they were like, oh, no, bro, I'm Dokes and he's Dexter. I always knew something was wrong with Corey, bro. I always knew something was wrong with Corey, bro. I knew it, bro. I knew it. Like, no, you didn't. Stop lying. You're just saying this because, oh man, this dude could potentially be wrong, so I want to get in some limelight of, ha ha ha, I knew all along. Eureka! But, you know, it still has an element of parasocial energy to it because people will take someone and vilify them when they actually don't have much on or anything on camera to prove that they're bad people. Like, I understand not wanting to watch someone's content, but there are people out here, I even know people who will just vilify someone else based on basically nothing or hearsay. And it's like, bro, you don't know them. You have no reason to hate like that. Get all that hate out your heart, bro. It ain't good for you. Get all that hate out your heart. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. But like, it's just so annoying how the internet has devolved into this state. Like, it was on like a growing trend over time, but I feel like the pandemic really just shot it out of proportion, bro. People can't think for themselves anymore. People can't be authentic anymore. People can't be themselves anymore at all. People are constantly vying for other people's like attention and the gratification of just being in a community where everyone just shares the same opinions. And those echo chambers actually kind of suck because it doesn't help you grow as a person if everything you spew, including the very blatantly wrong things, but it doesn't help if every single thing you spew is just agreed upon. Sometimes you need people to disagree with you and challenge your views to really understand and elevate your your personal understanding of your views and why you believe it to be right, or maybe why it could be wrong. You know, it is very, very important to be around a diverse group of people when it comes to at least thinking, because, you know, some people hear diversity and go like, oh, you're woke, DEI, you need to DIE. Like, bro, that's a whole different story. But I'm just saying, more people need to take things with grains of salt, and more people need to have critical thinking, and more people need to interact with people who oppose their views, and not in a way where it's full hateful rhetoric, because hate doesn't really bring out growth in anyone. Like, going back to like people who can be racist, because I know for a fact some of the people who hate Corey saw what was going on and was like, look at this. But you know, people who are racist, right? Some people will attack them for their views with so much vitriol, and I get it. I really do. I get it. I entirely understand, because it's so makes my blood boil, some of the things that I've seen and experienced in my life. But you are not fixing it. You're ruining it for everybody, because they're just going to sit there, get all this hate thrown at them, get immediately angry that you're coming at them with anger. And then they're going to solidify the views that they have and believe that they are still in the right because you are attacking them through anger instead of attacking their views through an empathetic lens and actually really like taking the time to educate. People don't take the time to educate nowadays. But that, you know what, we're getting into an entirely different topic. I'm gonna just cut it off here because I'm gonna have to stop myself, bro. I could talk about this for too long, bro. At the end of the day, parasocial relationships suck. Twitter musty. Stop using it. And people need to stop lying, bro. You're ruining it for everybody. That's about it. I'll catch y'all.